Yeah.
Besides playing the piano, what else you do in music?
I write, compose, arrange, teach. I teach part-time at USC, University of Southern California,
Oh, right.
in the Jazz Studies department.
And you conduct also?
Also, I conduct.
What's easier for you?
That's a good question. I think not easier, but more to my heart is to compose, because you are alone home and you could do it at whatever pace and time you want to do it, as opposed to performing, which is pretty hard, because despite of what mood you're in, or some close relative might die and you have a very important concert and you can't cancel it, so it takes much more, I think. Performing, it's harder.
Okay. Well, we're talking about jazz and how so many styles go under the umbrella name,
Right.
jazz. Nowadays, a lot of people are trying to get back to the real roots and be like some real jazz, and this is not jazz, this is jazz, this is not. How do you feel about this tendency in the States right now?
That's a very good question, because there has been a lot of controversy, as you know, recently about. I personally don't have anything against staying to the roots, the blues, and things like this, but at the same time, jazz has been always a fresh art form. What I'm afraid in certain recent tendencies is to make the jazz academic. I think a lot of things that killed part of the classical heritage, classical music, was exactly this academic approach and rules, and that's how you play Bach, not this way, but that's how it was played, you know. So I hear similar things. That's how jazz should be played, like, you know, or like Art Tatum or Fats Wallace or Charlie Parker. We have to remember that when Charlie Parker played this music, the bebop, was a sort of a revolution. A lot of people, even some of their colleagues, didn't like it, because there is a good expression, it's not mine, Slonimsky, a critic, musical, invented it. It's the fear of the unfamiliar. And I think jazz, in its very short history, is demonstrating its best when there is something uninhibited and new and fresh. So this tendency to put the jazz into a harness, and you know, that's how it should be played, and this is jazz and all the other is not jazz, to put the borderlines, I think it's a very dangerous and for this kind of music. I don't care how you call it, jazz or whatever, the name is not that important, but the creative element and the daring element of it is the most important, I think.
Freedom.
Freedom, exactly. Right.
What about free jazz? How do you feel that you just start playing and see what happens?
Let's do something right now. Eventually we'll go to something, but let me start and you'll hear it and you'll do what it is. Okay.